Hey guys, welcome to JazzedTutorials, and this week I'm going to be showing you how to create a cool yet kind of Halloweenish-like effect. Basically what we're doing is we're manipulating this photo. Now manipulating in Photoshop basically just means you're adding things to another photo to enhance it and make it better and more awesome. Essentially that's the gist of how you make a manipulated photo. So for this effect I'm using this background here. I'll provide this background for you in the description box below to download because you will need this. And then prior to opening your photo, you want to have, or your background rather, you want to have a stock photo chosen. Now I'm using this one here, and I've chosen a photo of someone that's sitting on a rock. And the reason why I chose someone sitting on a rock is because I think in this particular tutorial, it would look really nice and really bring out the Halloween-like effect I want. But if you don't have any photos like that, that's fine. You can, utilize this photo however you want. Or whatnot, but I would say try and find a photo like such. That way the tutorial looks really nice and your photo looks nice for you. But again, personal preference here, so do whatever you like. Okay, upon doing so, we're going to add some cool effects to the particular photo. Now I want to enhance the hair because I want the hair to really go with the background. So for that, I made a new layer above my layer 1, and I've painted some bright. I took my lovely color selector, and your color selector is when you click this, and then you use the magic little eyedropper, and select a dark color on your photo. We're going to start with a dark color, and then we're going to choose a lighter color. Okay? So for me, I chose some light and some dark, and I painted it all across the hair. And I'll show you what that looks like. So as you see, that's what I've done there. Now, once you have your light and darks mixed together, as you'll notice, I also used the smudge tool. The smudge tool, I smudged all of it together to make it one big, awesome photo. So, smudge tool, if you don't know what that is, it's below your paint bucket tool. And just smudge all of your dark and light together so you get an effect similar to what I have shown there. Once you have that, change your layer to overlay, and it will then blend in with the rest of your photo. And look at that. Now you got a whole cool little night sky-ish blue hue going on there. Really nice. Alright, let's keep going forward. Now, for this next effect, I'm going to be adding some smoke. Now, you can find various smoke brushes all across the web. They're not that hard to find. They're very easy, actually. I have multiple different ones on my computer, so I'm using one I just randomly have. So go on to google.com and type in smoke brushes and find one you like to use. I will not be providing for these. I will not provide these in the description box below because, everyone's got their own preference of brushes they want to use, and that's fine. So find your own, have your own, do whatever, and boom. So I put one there. And on each of the layers of your smokes, you're going to want to have one brush per layer because each layer is going to have a different opacity, just so you get that really nice looking effect you're looking for. If they were all the same opacity, it wouldn't look as nice and it wouldn't blend in quite nicely. So paste on random smoke brushes anywhere within the photo. I think I have a few layers here. I have one there, and I have one there. Okay, so that's my smoke for my photo. I think that looks really nice, and I'm assuming you're right at the same point too, right guys? Okay, you following me so far? Alright, now is where we're going to add a bunch of adjustment layers. Alright, so we're going to start with color balance. And these have to be above everything you've just made because you want the whole entire photo to have this adjustment layer on it. So I'm only going to change the highlights, nothing else, just highlights. Negative 27, 4, and 19 are your choice of colors. And that's for that one. And then next we're going to add a photo filter. And for the photo filter, I chose cooling filter number 80 with a 21% density. And I have the following effect you see there. Okay, now once you have all of this to the way you want it, you're then going to now merge every single layer. So go to layer, and you're going to now merge or flatten the image rather, and you're going to flatten the entire thing. Next, we're going to do a Control J, and we're going to duplicate that background because we're going to add some more effects on top of that. So, let's go over here to Filter, and Sharpen, and we're going to go and, where's the Sharpen? Smart Sharpen. Sorry guys, whoa. Alright, I have chosen to do 76% and 1.3 for my pixels with a remove of Gaussian blur. Okay, pretty cool, huh? Alright, click OK, and you will get the following effect. Now, we're going to do something a little bit cool. This is optional, but again, I think it's going to enhance your photo and really make it look nice. So let's duplicate that one more time. Duplicate that. Go up here to filter, and we're going to go to artistic, and you're going to select paint daubs. Now essentially we only want to have the hair looking like paint daubs, nothing else, but we have to do the whole entire layer because otherwise it'll look like a mess if we do it the other way. So we're just doing it this way, it's a lot easier. So select brush size is 1, sharpness is 1, brush type is simple. Click OK and we're good. Now you're going to have to erase everything but the hair. It sounds a little tedious, but it has to be done this way because if you do it any other way, it won't look as cool. Believe me, I've tried multiple ways to make it easier, more simpler, but this is the simplest way I can figure it out. So I'm going to take a small soft round brush of size and just start erasing everything except for the hair because I don't want to have everything else with, nothing else needs paint daubs, just the hair. And that will then give it that cool painted look, which is essentially what we're kind of going for here. Okay. Well, I think that's close enough for me. And if we zoom in just a bit, we will see our final effect. And voila. Now, if you look at it and you think, I think it needs more color, it needs something more on the face, here's what we're going to do. Because mine looks really too bright and ominous, I'm going to go on my layer 1. I'm going to grab a burn tool, and I'm going to just go ahead and take some of this and kind of blend it in. Give it more of like a black shaded look. And you can do this at various points in your photo. You can add it onto the hands. You can do it wherever you'd like to do it. Okay? And so just add some burn to that. Give it some more nice. And you want to add some highlights and midtones only when you're doing this. So the exposure should be 26%. And just take some highlights and midtones and just, various points in your photo. Just so it blends in really nicely. Okay? So adjust your highlights and midtones of your burn tool and see what you like. Alright? And then if you feel like if your photo is really dark already and you want to add some more light, go ahead and select the dodge tool. The dodge tool will then let you give more light to your photo if you need it. I particularly don't need the light in my photo, but you might. So if you need to, adjust the midtones in highlights in your dodge tool. And then you'll get an effect similar to what I have shown here. So that's the tutorial. That's all there is to it. It's very simple. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool, don't you? So go ahead and try some of this out yourself. Find yourself a photo, make a cool effect, and yeah. You can virtually take this photo anywhere. I give you the basics, and then I give you the tools to go a step further and make it even more awesome. Thank you all for watching. I hopefully you like this tutorial. I know it's a lot better than last week's video. Sorry for last week's video being a little lame and weird, but hey. So, alright, bye guys.